Okay, here we are in London, and I'm here with lead singer Anders Friden, lead singer of In Flames.
Yeah.
We have a brand new album out, the 11th album, Siren Charms, which is out on September the 8th on Sony.
Yes.
How are you, Anders?
I'm good. Just came to London and yeah, I got my pint and I'm sitting here in this lovely couch.
A man with beer is a happy man. And tell us about the album Siren Charms. Tell us more about the album title itself first.
Well, it's first, you know, when I'm at home today, or like nowadays, I can't really focus on writing the lyrics that I feel that I want and that I need for the album. So I really have to be by myself, and we recorded this album in Berlin, and so I went there without anything done, nothing, a blank paper basically, and to put myself even under more stress and getting into the right mood, so to speak. I was watching a lot of documentaries about people in poor situations, a lot of drug-related issues, just thinking about how we end up in such a situation and how we can get away and get into a new start, whatever. And I think it's important that we go through life, that there are obstacles, that we don't go through life without, you know, like just passing through. I don't think we grow as people. Mm-hmm. So the siren here, she is symbolizing what is the dark, mysterious, the tempting things that we have around us in life. And it doesn't have to be a she, it could be a thing, and it, and him, or whatever suits you as the listener, as the reader of the lyrics. So I draw inspiration from all those things. It's not a theme album or anything, but most lyrics I draw from the same sort of box of ideas. And
it's quite a landmark album for In Flames. It's your 11th album in your long illustrious career, and you signed to a major label, Sony Music.
Yeah.
So what has Sony offered you that other labels haven't before?
We don't know yet. Because the thing is, we went into this recording without having a label. We were signed to a Swedish label called Russia Records, and we were signed in Scandinavia for this album, but the rest of the world was open. So we went to Berlin without being signed. And then we met up with Sony Music in Germany, so we know those guys from before. And they said good things. They listened to the album. They like what they heard, and you know, we are so focused on the musical side, but obviously, you know, we're part of the big business, the game, and we want someone to sell it, and they said the right things, and who knows, you know, I right now I feel great, and let's see if it's the right move in 5 years, who knows, I mean.
Well, I say, is it a long-term deal?
No, we are pretty smart when it comes to deals. We always have, you know. We don't write the long deals. Does
it bring a lot of confidence into the band to be taken on by a massive major label? And you can think they've got Aerosmith, AC/DC, and other major artists.
I mean, yeah, it's when you think when you right now when you ask the question, you say along those bands. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just on the personal side, and I feel comfortable. They know how to sell my music, because I mean, I want my music to be heard by everyone. I won't compromise the way I write. I always have the same attitude to our music. But when that is done and I give the master tape to the record company, please fucking show it to everyone, you know? And I feel a lot of confidence. They've proven themselves again and again and again. So now it's up to people around the world to, if they're ready for an In Flames album, and if they are, there's a lot of good music in there.
Of course there is, and what has been controversial, especially for some fans, you could say In Flames are maturing, or they've gone for more mellow sound. And there's been sort of a lot of conflicting, you know, like I've looked on YouTube clips a day of Through Oblivion and Rusty Now, and there's a lot of internet trolls saying they're not death metal anymore, but you are, aren't you? You don't have to be fast and furious to be heavy.
No, I mean, that's how it's been with every album, man. The thing is, I joined the band in late '95. My first album was Yesterdays in '96, and then the next album was Oracle, and then I was doing interviews back then, I had to defend Jester Race, and that's how it's been through all my years with the band. You know, it's always like that. And the thing is, I with music, I think it should be something that evolves. It should move. It's music for me. It's freedom. You can do whatever you want. You know, you take it to a place. I understand you like it or you dislike it. That is, to me, it's fine. But there's not one single person that can say this is the way music should be like. You know, this is our interpretation of what we feel music should be like, and then I cannot control what the other people say. It's out of my hands. Now it's there for the world, and I feel good about it. You know, I can. If you don't like it, I can't go home to you and knock on your fucking head and say you should like it, because you know, it's just impossible. And that's what it is.
And throughout the history of rock, and if you look at the big bands like your Led Zeppelins, your Deep Purple, your Black Sabbath, they progressed their sound with every album as well.
Yeah.
They never stuck to the same formula throughout their career.
Yeah. And I don't mind being in the same category, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, we never write between albums, like on tours and stuff like that. That's why probably our album differ a lot from each other, you know. But I don't want to do, and also I don't want to do the same album again. It's like, I'm a huge fan of Queensrÿche, but when they announced that they're gonna do Operation Mindcrime Part 2, I was like, damn, you can't do that. That's
you're right.
It's just like, that's the wrong way. I mean, I would never go back and do Jester Race Part 2, Hurricane or Clayman or whatever. We are not the same people. I love those albums. Those albums brought us to where we are today, but they are good as they are, you know.
And it's great actually, because amongst those comments there are people who I said, well, I've listened to this song 3 or 4 times now and I absolutely love it. So it's just a case of giving it time. And
yeah, I think if you're open to it, you know, if it's, I mean, to me, it's, the album is, you know, sit back in your favorite chair, put up a nice whiskey or a tea if that's what you prefer, or a pint, and then listen to the album all the way through. And if you're open to it, then I think you will like it. But if you decided already that that's not for you, then you won't find anything.
That's right. And like you've already mentioned, you recorded the album in Berlin at the Hansa Ton Studios.
Yeah.
And obviously Berlin's like a cultural town, and throughout history, famous artists like David Bowie, you know, got lost in drugs there, and U2 fell in love with Trabants, and Lou Reed, he explored whatever he's explored. How about you? Did you have good nights out in Berlin while recording the album?
Long nights. I think I had this romantic image of us going to Berlin and sitting in the city and absorbing the city, me sitting there with a feather pen and just taking all sorts of things and just write big poems. That's not really how it went down, but I went there without anything, and it was really exhausting for me, and I think I left a little part of me in that studio. I left as a changed man. But it's you know, I was writing during like coming up with melodies and phrasing, and so I write phony lyrics to begin with, just to get the tempos right and then get the melody. And then when that is done, I write the real lyrics, and that I did during night in our it was quite big actually, apartment in Kreuzberg, you know, just a candle, a bottle of whiskey, and the street with a lot of graffiti outside, and all these documentaries and all the city and all whatever happened in the city, all that is just on top of me, and this is what came out, and it was tough, but it was necessary the way it went down. You know? Have
you tackled any new subjects on this album?
Yeah, I mean, angles, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of things that I believe people can relate to, you know, and I can't write about Dungeons and Dragons because I don't know anything about it. I'm not that really well read on war situations, so I can't write about that, and I just look at within, through my years I've been on this earth, and people I meet, and I write about that. Yeah.
Fantastic, and it's got a great cover to it. Can you tell us about the artwork for the album?
Well, you can see it in, I think, 2 different ways. It's either someone who gets absorbed by the siren drowning at his or her very, very last days, or it could be somebody who's been at the very bottom and coming out and starting a new life from the very, very first few steps.
And who did the artwork?
His name is Blake Armstrong. Yeah.
Great. And even though the band been going since 1990, In Flames always referred to as a modern metal band. So do you listen to like the current music scene yourself?
I listen to all kinds of music. Yeah, I'm a fan of music. So good music, whatever that genre might be. You know.
So what music do you listen to that may surprise fans?
I've been very open with my that I am open to all kinds of. So I don't think anyone will be surprised, to be honest. I'm a fan of death metal. I'm a fan of very calm electronic music. Not big fan of country music, or I would say the real darker country. That's fine, but not the American here. You know, the easygoing country. That's my least favorite genre. But I don't know.
What started that?
So some hip hop music,
yeah.
Maybe that people would be surprised.
What started that interest in listening to all genres of music?
What sorry?
What started that interest? Was there a reason why you listened to so many different
I think,
kinds?
which is quite funny, because we ended up in Berlin, where I was my first passion. That was metal music, really. But pretty much at the same time, or when I was 10, I got my hands on Construction Time Again by Depeche Mode. And back then it was, you like metal, or you like synth, or you don't.
There's no mix back then. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
But I was always like, you know, this is good music. So I always kept that, and that I think that made me listen to, or being very open to other genres, right? And now we went to the studio where they mixed Construction Time Again on the very same. We used the very same console that they mixed the album, which is to me extremely cool.
Fantastic. Yeah. And the band have been going since 1990. You joined a little bit later on, but next year will be the 25th anniversary of In Flames. Yeah. So are you planning something special for next year? Have you really thought about that?
No. we don't really think about that.
So I'm sure a promoter will be coming in and say, hold on, we've got a big tour next year, possible.
Yeah. We pop up a beer and say, cheers guys, 25 years, cool, alright. Yeah, you're old too, and then we...
Has the time flown by or not?
It feels like it does, but at the same time, when I look back, it's just like a lot of time have passed. And then I don't feel it's a long time since I joined the band. I feel, you know, a lot of things have happened to the band. Yeah.
Yes.
But I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. And I'm very proud of everyone in the band, and the guys who have been in the band, because we made good decisions, and that we I feel good about it. I don't look back and be like, oh no, you know.
Do you think it's important that a band does make their own decisions rather than listening to some business executive kind of thing, or some manager? Is it important that the band has a strong idea of what they're doing?
I think so. Because at the end of the day, it's our album. That business executive will get another band that he can or she can talk to, and another band and another band. For me, this is life and death. This is my band, or our band, and I have to live with that forever and ever. But then again, you can't listen to what other people say, but you gotta, you know, filter it through your own. You know.
That's right. Is there any like unfulfilled ambitions for In Flames?
Nah, not really. I mean, if it ends today, I have more than that. That's cool. I've done it. But it's there are places I want to go. There's certain venues I would like to play. And, you know, so. But I'm just happy that I have the feeling that this is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, of course.
I leave stage feeling all high, and it's like, damn. You know, I have the fans screaming at me, and I'm screaming back at them, and just, you know, and I feel we have something to say on albums. It's nothing that is forced. Yeah. As long as I have that feeling, then I think this band will continue. And
so, is there any boundaries for In Flames? You know, you say you slowly sort of changing the sound a little bit in a positive way, and yourself you did all genres of music. So, are In Flames capable of doing anything really?
I think so, in a way, because I think the music, it is in our fingers. The way John and Nicola play, and Peter play, and Daniel play, and I sing. It's unique. I mean, I'm not saying we're the best in the world, but it's a unique thing, you know. I don't think we will ever. You know, I would finish last in American Idol, but I have my own expression, you know.
Yeah.
It's, and I don't think there's any boundaries really, you know. And I try to push those boundaries.
Of course, yeah.
And I don't want to have, or I want to make the listener a little bit uncomfortable. They shouldn't know exactly what they're gonna get, you know. And it's funny to hear those reactions like we talked about before. It's like, oh, this is not metal, this is not this is not that. And everybody, you know, our album's getting judged as soon as we release a title. It's just like, oh, I can't listen to this because this is gonna be like this. How the fuck do you know? It's just a fucking title, you know. But in a way, I like that part.
Yeah.
I really do. So we'll see what happens. There won't be any country album.
And we've got a UK tour coming up soon. It's just like 3 dates, Manchester, Ritz and Glasgow. But you also played at Bush Empire, which is I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it's a lovely little theatre. And
no, it's first time for In Flames. So.
And it's sort of not many sort of really the heavy aggressive bands play there, you know. So over the years, have you played in many venues that don't really suit In Flames? You thought, what the hell are we doing here? Have you had that occasion many times?
That happens once in a while, yeah. But it's just you might think about it in advance, but while you're on stage, it's just it's a show. You have your fans, you have the band, and it's just you don't think about it.
Do you become a different person when you're on stage?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What's the emotion before you go on stage and once you're on stage?
I don't even know what I'm thinking about when I'm on stage. You know, it's just I'm so into it, and I'm an outspoken person, and I like to joke with the audience and just make everybody feel at home and feel welcome and feel like they are seen from the band. You know, it's everybody who pays a ticket. If you're in the front row or if you're in the last row, you should feel like, okay, they see me, you know. And off stage, I'm more mellow, and I don't like a big crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's move away from the music for a second, because I know you like your beer and you take the swig now.
That's an understatement.
But you got your own beer company.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Well, it's pretty much like the same way I got into music. I was just a fan. I was a fan of beer. I was a huge whiskey fan. I was interested in everything, how it's made, and all the distilleries and everything, and with beer as well. It's just like I want to know how it's made. I want to know the people behind it, and then I want to make it. So, and then I started my own brand, and I went to different breweries back home in Sweden and asked them if, teach me, and then I learned how to make recipes, and I think I'm a pretty good chef, I like cooking and stuff like that, so I can compare flavors and then get them mixed in a good way, and that's what you do with beer as well.
So what's the best food to accompany your beer? What's the best food to go with your beer?
My beer is so good that you don't need food.
That's a correct answer. And what is the name of your beer?
Frequency.
Frequency. Is that only in Sweden that's available, or is that worldwide?
No, it's, I don't have, I make so small batches, but I would love to work with companies all over the world to create the beer. But I don't want to slap my name on it, I want to be in there making it, But no, I have in pubs in Sweden, and we have the Systembolaget, which is a monopoly store, so I have it there. But right now we're just focusing on making new batches. I did a really great brown ale the other day, which is resting right now. It's a very hoppy brown ale.
It's funny enough, like brown ale, that used to be a very popular drink here in the UK. We've got Newcastle brown ale, but it's not proper brown ale.
No, but we make our own twists to the old recipe. Again, same with music, you look at the guys that you mentioned before, the Sabbath, the Zeppelin, and then you make your own twist.
Fantastic. And obviously Iron Maiden, they brought out their own Trooper beer.
Yeah.
proved to be very popular, and the fans sort of demand it now at concerts. So in the future, can we see like an In Flames beer?
Yeah, we could if we get a good company and working with us, and we can be part of it. Yeah, I don't mind it. It become a bit of a trend to release your own drink, you know, your beer, your whiskey.
I understand where you're coming from, but the fans do like it though, you know.
Sure. But it's gotta be good, you know. It's not just because of the name, not because of the logo. We actually released the whiskey together with Glenfarclas a couple of years ago, and that was amazing. We did a 1973 single cask ones, and that was amazing. Really good whiskey.
Fantastic. It's been wonderful talking to you. The album's out, Siren Charms, out on September the 8th on Sony, and you start a European tour all over September to October. Here in the UK, you play Manchester, Glasgow and Shepherd Bush on the 18th, and you end up in the States just before Christmas.
We do, yeah. That's right before Christmas we're home.
So that'd be great. And I wish you all the best with the album.
Thank you very much.
All the best for the future. Cheers, nice talking to you. Thank you.